All right, so my name is Alexandra MacPherson. Most of you know me, but I am a double major in dance and physical therapy here at Springfield College. So before we get started, I just wanted to give a little bit of an introduction about what my project is and kind of what we're going to be doing here today. So for my advanced dance seminar project, what I did for my final project was do some choreographic research and create a show. Unfortunately, that show couldn't happen due to everything going on in the world right now, but hopefully we will still have the show live in the fall. So I was honored to get this chance to present my choreographic research and perform a live solo at the end of this for my project, which is titled Uncovered Truths. So before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that you can mute your mic, but this will be an interactive presentation. So when I ask questions, all you have to do is either press unmute, or you sometimes, if you're on a laptop, you can press the space bar and it'll let you speak for as long as you're holding down that space bar. Just work with me through these technological difficulties. I'm not the best with technology, and I am just learning how to kind of use Zoom, as we all are. So yeah, I'm excited to get started. Before I get started, I would also just like to extend my thanks and gratitude to Springfield College for letting me do this live presentation today. I would also like to thank Damon Markowitz in communications for helping me learn how to video edit and kind of putting all of this together. I would also like to thank Velocity Dance Studio for letting me use this great space for my performance, which is ideal for right now. I would also like to thank Sarah Zender, the director of dance, for just being a mentor to me the past few years and teaching me so much about myself, the world, and society through dance and so much more. And then finally, I would like to thank my family and friends for continually supporting me through everything, especially in my passion and love for dance. And lastly, I'd like to just thank all of you guys for just showing up and giving me this extra support.
I'm found was blind. I see through many I've been right in the midst of an heaven. I'm ready. I've already. Jesus was with me, and I've already come. Yes, I have. It was. It was.
Thank you. Oh, catch my breath for a second. Sorry, I just put you guys back on my Zoom. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for. Sorry, let me just take a sip of water real quick.
Catch your breath. Go ahead and catch your breath. So as she catches her breath, I'm curious, or she would be curious to know what moments stood out to you within that solo she just danced, or if you noticed any themes she discussed as part of her research. Anything that stood out to you. It could be a movement, it could have been the relationship to the song, and if need be, I will call on some of the students I recognize.
I know, like, you were kinda, like, wondering, like, if the song, like, kinda, like, went with the movement and everything, and I kind of, like, appreciated how, like, the song kind of really attached to the movement. Like, there was a moment where, like, you kinda stood up and she was, like, saying, like, "Now I see," and it kinda went, like, perfectly with the lyrics and everything, and that moment stood out to me.
Nice. And then I think there was just a chat from my advisor, Angela Campbell. She said, amazing, liked the song choice. It felt personal, private, and painful, but also powerful and hopeful. Thank you for that input.
Other thoughts, Natal? Yeah.
First of all, that song is beautiful, and I think you put a whole different perspective to the song, because just the performance of it and then your performance just like connected in a way that I wouldn't think it could, and it really did. And also I really liked your movement when you were hugging yourself. It really felt like it was the moment of you when you were like, no, I'm gonna love myself. Yeah.
Thank you.
That was it.
Hugging moment stood out to you as impactful. Great. Any other moments that people noticed that really resonated or stood out to you? Sam?
Definitely the movements where she was using the floor, like a lot of the like hitting the floor, and even like when she took her time coming off from the floor, I could really see like themes of like struggle and maybe like fighting herself to like discover who she really was within it. And I really enjoyed the piece as a whole.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts or things we noticed? So Allie, I would be curious, are any questions in terms of the presentation or what you just saw that you have for Allie?
I do, actually.
Great.
So obviously you're my cousin. So I wanted to know why you thought that song would go with this? Like, what made you think like, heck yeah, Amazing Grace, that's the one? What made you think that?
Actually, Sarah made me try it out. I was struggling with music a lot, actually. I had the movement, but all the pieces of music that I were trying just didn't seem right. So Sarah didn't tell me what song she was going to put on and just made me dance and then started playing the song. And through the dance, I definitely felt some moments of contrast. And then when I watched it, I was like, wow, I really do see that contrasting from me breaking to her doing this long, beautiful riff. And I really enjoy contrast just in general. So Sarah actually helped me a lot with the music choice, but I have grown to adapt to it and to really enjoy dancing to it because it makes me, I have a passion for dance and I really appreciate the fact that I can hear her passion in her singing.
So, like, I mean, I've grown up with you, I've seen you dance, so I could definitely see that with it. I just want to point out that when you said the song, Jidge said, "Oh wow." It's really funny. So I thought you should know that.
I have to say, when Allie was struggling with the music, I made her describe to me some of the moments that she wanted to express. So I made her describe those moments, and then we discussed, we tried different songs to see what would better support what she was feeling in those moments. And so it's about, Aretha Franklin's voice that has that, it's not perfect. It has that, like, gut wrenching feeling a little bit. And so and it's unpredictable because it was live and she was riffing a lot or improvising in her voice. Something about the feelings of what Allie described to me about the piece and what you could feel in her voice felt more appropriate. But song choices are hard. Yes, they are difficult. So she tried it to a lot of different things. And what we do is I would play a different song and make her record herself. So then she can go and see how she feels about it. Good question, because it was an uncertain choice. Martin, yes.
Yeah, there's kind of an ecstasy in the struggle in that song. Somebody who's still struggling but celebrating at the same time. And so I think there's contrast in the song itself and the way it's performed there that does fit with what you're expressing as a dancer.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Ellie, I have a question that I would love for you to answer. And for all of these pieces that you're creating, both you and some of your dancers have personal relationships or emotions tied to these topics. So, what has that process been like for you and your dancers to have to be so close to some of those experiences or emotions as you create?
Yeah, definitely. So, something that I had to do, which I and many of my other friends and dancers are not used to doing all the way, is being completely vulnerable. It's really hard to overcome that boundary of going to that place and actually allowing yourself to feel those emotions. And it was hard at some points. I was having a bad day or I was stressed with school or something else, and I had rehearsal and I didn't want to go there. Neither did my dancers. We were tired and we didn't want to do it because it's draining to go to these emotions and to allow yourself to feel these things. But there is a sense of power, empowerment, when you actually allow yourself to do it. When I, and as well as I hope my dancers feel the same way, when I really think about what the dance means, I feel in touch with myself more than I do at any other point in my life. All I'm doing while I'm moving is allowing that emotion to grow and to go throughout every single part of my body. And I allow myself to feel, which is a really important task for you to be able to do, and something that I've only been really learning how to do in these past few years, because before I was definitely that person that decided, nope, I'm fine, everything's fine. There's no need to do it, that I can push past it and I can just push it down to the bottom and it won't matter. But in the end, like, we're human beings and that's not it. So I wanted to go to that place, and it's helped me grow as an individual and a person.
Great, thanks, Allie. Any final question as we kind of come to a close? I lost track of time there. I'm realizing what time it is.
More than we anticipated.
That's okay. Any final questions? Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us. I know this was informative, and obviously the first time we're trying something like this out in this virtual world we're all being forced to live in. So thank you for joining us, and it was great to see you dance. Allie, you did a great job. She's presenting about this again at 11:30. So we're going to give her a little break before she goes through the presentation again. But thank you everyone so much. Allie, any final words for your lovely audience?
Just again, thank you so much for coming and showing up and supporting me through this journey. So thank you all for coming, and I really appreciate it. I hope you learned something today.
Let's applaud her. Yay.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.